Another student pops up out of his seat. He stands up and he says, "It's okay, Miss Brown. You can tell it's your addiction." Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Just kidding. It's not actually Friday. Today is Thursday, but it feels like a Friday because it is the last day of school. Yes, it's the last day of school. And on the way to the pediatrician's office because yesterday Ian was sick. He had a terrible, horrible cough. We took him to the ER yesterday, and while we were sitting there, I was like, you know what? They're just going to tell us he has a cold, and we're going to have to pay $500 for that. Let's go to urgent care. So we go to urgent care where instead of $500, it's just $50, and the nurse practitioner basically tells us he has a cold and basically said there's nothing they could do because of his age. And so we went home, used some essential oils. This morning he is doing better, but he still is congested. He still has the cough. So I'm taking him to the doctor. I sent a text to my principal and she was like, "Hey, you take care of your son. No worries about the end of the year checklist." Because I told her, like, I have everything done. The checklist is on my desk. It just needs to be signed off. She's like, "Don't worry about it. You take care of your son. Have a happy summer." So I love her. She's golden. But I do want to still go to the school today to say goodbye to my kids because I was planning to be there. And, fun fact, I went to Dunkin' Donuts yesterday. I have been trying to, like, not go anymore, and I haven't been going. And I had my kids hold me accountable to it. It's a whole other story. I'm almost at the pediatrician's office, so might not have time to get into all of that right now. But I ordered one chocolate frosted donut last night after we left the urgent care. And they were like, "You know what? We have to throw all of these away," because it was late by the time I was headed home. They're like, "We have to throw all of these away. So instead of doing that, we're just going to give you 12 instead of one. And we're going to charge you for one." And so I was like, sounds good to me. I'll take it. And I'll bring them to my kids tomorrow. But the thing is, my students have been checking in with me, making sure that I'm not going to Dunkin' Donuts, so they'll be happy. But then they'll be like, "What? You went to Dunkin' Donuts? Miss Brown, how could you?" And so there's that. So the neat thing is I asked for chocolate frosted, which is this. But they gave me chocolate frosted with sprinkles, like ton of those, and then chocolate frosted with like the white swirl on it. I only had 2 plain ones, so they're gonna love that and eat it up, literally. Get it? Eat it up. So at the doctor's office now, 6 minutes to spare. Look at me being on time, early even. So I will catch up with you guys later. Welcome back to the vlog. Here's the story. So I didn't tell you guys the story of why my kids are going to be like, "Miss Brown, how could you? What? You went to Dunkin' Donuts?" So let's backtrack to a few weeks ago. I was teaching the vocabulary word for that day. It was stubborn. And for the vocabulary, I always give the definition, or I do a check. I'll say, you know, I'll tell them the word, and I'll say, "Show me a 1, 2, 3 for how familiar you are with the word." And then, like, they put their hand in they put a fist in the other hand. We do ready, set, and then I say, "Show me," and they show me a number. Like 1, I never heard of it. What are you talking about, Miss Brown? I don't know what that is. 2 is like, "Hey, I think I've heard of that word, but I'm not sure what it means." And 3 is like, "Hey, I got this. I know what it means. I can use it in a sentence. I can explain it to a friend." So we do that. They show me how familiar they are with it. Then I give them the definition. Actually, first, if anyone has a 3, like they really are confident in that word, then I'll have them tell me about it. I give them the definition. I use an example sentence. I sometimes show them like an image from Google. And then I have them write it in their own sentence. And then the last activity, it might be they draw a picture, or maybe they do word associations, or they write the word with suffixes added. There's a 4th activity we sometimes do, and I can't think of it. So that's what we do for vocab. The word was stubborn, and I got to the sentence and I started writing. I said, the stubborn man. So one student raises his hand. He's like, Miss Brown, why does it have to be the no. I said the stubborn child. And he was like, why does the child have to be stubborn? Why can't it be the stubborn adult or the stubborn man? So I said, okay. So I erased child and I changed it to the stubborn man. And now I'm thinking on the spot because like they've made me change my sentence. And I said, okay, the stubborn man keeps eating donuts every day, even though he knows that he shouldn't, or even though he knows they're not good for him, something like that. And so, where are my sunglasses? It's getting bright out here. And so that was the sentence. And after I wrote that sentence, I said, boys and girls, I have to tell you something. This sentence is actually not really about a man. It's about me. I keep going to Dunkin' Donuts almost every day, at least a few times a week, and I really know that I shouldn't. And immediately, another student pops up out of his seat. He stands up and he says, it's okay, Miss Brown, you can tell it's your addiction. It's like, what? Like, what? And did this kid just say that I have an addiction, that I'm addicted to donuts? And so then it became like the running joke in my class, like they keep teasing me about donuts, every now and then. And so after a couple of days, I was like, you know what, guys, I need your help. I really need to stop going to Dunkin' Donuts. So the next time you see me, like whenever you remember, just ask and say, Miss Brown, did you go to Dunkin' Donuts? And I hope the answer I can tell you is no. So of course, when you tell a kid to do something like that, they are not going to forget. And at the beginning, like everybody was asking me, did you go to Dunkin' Donuts? Did you go to Dunkin' Donuts? I was like, no, I didn't go. And at that time, like I was really craving it a lot because that's why I was going. This thing is shaking. That's why I was going so often. Maybe I should move it a little bit. And so, I was really craving them. So I was going like almost every day. And when, after a while, the students kept asking me, so in my mind I'm like, no, I can't keep going here because I don't want to keep telling my students that I don't want to have to tell them that I went to Dunkin' Donuts. They're going to hold me accountable. So it really worked for me. It was an unlikely source of accountability, but it just kind of happened organically from that vocabulary lesson. And so, after a while, the students, like, I don't have as many kids asking me anymore. But there was one student in particular, like, we might be outside at recess, and sometimes I'll walk laps around the track while they're playing. And so she would sometimes walk with me, and, like, she'll just randomly pop up to me, Miss Brown, do you have a donut? And, like, she would do it like that. And I'll say, nope, no donuts. And she'll say, okay, good. And just, like, go on about her business. So, when the last time that I wanted to go, I was just like, no, because she's going to ask me, did I have a donut? And I don't want to tell her yes. And so after a while, like the craving passed, I stopped going. But then one day I had a really long night and my son like woke up twice that night. And so I was like, I have to have some coffee. So I went to Dunkin' Donuts to buy coffee. But while I was there, I was just like, it doesn't make sense to be in here and not buy a donut. Mind you, though, I didn't really want a donut, but it just felt like I should have one because I was there. And so that day, my student asked me, Miss Brown, did you go to Dunkin' Donuts? And I said, yes. And they were like, so when everyone else hears me say that I went, they're like, oh, how could you? What? You cheated. Like, they are literally going in on me. And I was like, guys, it was just this once. I haven't been. Like, give me a break. So, all that to say that they're going to be happy when they see me show up with this box of chocolate frosted donuts with sprinkles and all sorts of good things. But they're going to get on my case like, wait a minute. Why were you at Dunkin' Donuts? Why do you have all these donuts? So, we'll see. And it's about 9:30 now. And I'm just heading in to work, but after I left the hospital, I had to try to feed my son because he didn't eat at all yesterday, couldn't keep anything down, and so I wanted to make sure I tried to feed him before I dropped him off today. So that's all for now. I'm going to go into work, spend some time with my students, get my end of the year checklist signed off, and I'm on summer break. So I need to get a pedicure today, and I need to get some things from the market. We have to pack. Our flight is at 6:30 in the morning, so we are going to have to be up really early, and I just have a lot to do today. So maybe I'll take you along so you can see some of it. The goal for today: get a pedicure. Oh, I need to get my eyebrows done. Look at these monsters. I'm gonna get my eyebrows threaded, pedicure done, and have everything packed. And I want to do that and have the house clean, because it really sucks to go away on a trip and come back home, because there's no place like home, right? Come back home to a dirty house. Who wants to do that? Not me. So pedicure, eyebrows, clean the house, pack everything up, in bed. Well, I'm being a little over ambitious now, and have it all done by 10 o'clock. So we will see. And I'm gonna stop rambling at this point, and I'll check in with you guys later. I made it to my classroom for the last day of school, and my students, everyone, how do you feel about the donuts?
I feel great.
Are you happy for donuts?
Yeah! Put me on YouTube.
Everybody just needs one bowl.
Okay. Take that.
Here you go.
When are you gonna take my bowl?
Does everybody do you have a bowl?
Yes, I have a bowl. I have a bowl.
He doesn't have one. It really can be a little anticlimactic when you're walking down the hall, leaving, and then you realize you don't have your keys. And I can't find them now. This here. Got them. So now, until August. I think that I am going to just end the vlog here. So thanks for tuning in today, for hanging out with me for a bit, seeing what my last day of the 2017-2018 school year is like. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'd be so appreciative. But if you already have, thanks a bunch for coming back. And what else do YouTubers say? Like, comment. So let me know if you're a teacher, when is your last day of school? And how many days do you have left? Because I know teachers, we do the countdown thing. When's your last day of school? Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. And thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. So, I know I'm supposed to end there, but I am going to probably be doing a little bit more vlogging and a little bit more lifestyle videos over the summer. I have a couple of story times in mind, so be on the lookout for that, and see you all next time. Bye, guys.